A time where you ain't see me without Tank, or you ain't see Tank without me. But what happened was, what I think what happened was, he just like, damn, bro. I feel like he look up to me so much. It's like I let him down, cause he know, cause he's somebody that really know like what I can do and how good I am.
Cards. Judge at the ringside, Eric Marlinski scores it on 115 to 113 in favor of Gervonta Davis. Judges Steve Weisfeld and Glenn Feldman both scores about 114 to 114, even a draw. The decision is a majority draw.
Adrien Broner wasn't in training camp with Gervonta "Tank" Davis for his fight against Lamont Roach, but that didn't stop him from speaking out. His comments weren't meant as an attack. He often refers to Tank as his little brother. However, Broner didn't hold back, admitting that Tank has started to show signs of wear over the years. This, he believes, played a role in Tank's unexpected retirement announcement in December.
Like right now, me and Tank, like, it's weird because he loved me to death. He know I love him to death, but we don't talk every day how we used to, nigga.
Broner noted that Tank's fight against Frank Martin revealed a level of fatigue that wasn't present in his earlier years. Despite this, he believes Tank's career speaks for itself, and whether it's age or fatherhood affecting him, he's already proven himself. He then made a bold statement, claiming he scored the fight in Tank's favor. In his opinion, Lamont Roach didn't do enough to secure a decisive victory over him. This is just another example of Davis not always taking his boxing career as seriously as he should. Nearly 8 years ago, before his fight against Francisco Fonseca, which was the co-main event for the blockbuster Floyd Mayweather vs. Conor McGregor card, Davis skipped the grand arrivals during fight week. He did the same thing last year before his headlining bout against Frank Martin. Additionally, he failed to make weight for the fight against Fonseca.
You won't get too much on paper, but shit, I damn sure thought I had it. Especially when they announced the score for him, I was like, oh, they gonna give me a split decision.
Davis has also faced legal troubles, including a 44-day incarceration in 2023 for violating his house arrest conditions. In May of the same year, he was sentenced to 3 years of probation. Despite these setbacks, Davis remains an incredibly skilled fighter with exceptional punching power for his size. However, after recently discussing retirement, he now faces a crucial decision: whether he's willing to put in the necessary work inside and outside the ring to maintain his undefeated record and status as one of boxing's biggest stars. While he hinted at another fight before a rematch with Roach, Davis needs an immediate rematch and a dominant win to solidify his place as perhaps the most popular American boxer today.
Did you win? I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, oh, shit, here it goes. But as soon as I heard that 114, I was just like, damn, all right, it's over with.
Many believe Roach Jr. and his team have a strong case to get the decision overturned if they appeal, which they're already in the process of doing. Roach Jr. has hinted at this on social media, using a series of posts on March 5th to state his case and explain what it could mean for the fight's outcome. In his first post, he wrote, "Y'all tweaking if y'all think Buddy was off or had an off night. That stuff is just different with me. I told y'all from the start, just because I feel like I won, y'all acting like I said it was easy work or something. The knockdown gives me a UD." He followed up by saying, "I did take care of that in the ring. Y'all about to make me get on you with this bias. I know he's your people's, but leave it be. I'm not suing anybody, I'm just making sure my clear knockdown, which they robbed me of, gets situated. Get it right, guys. Report that."
So, yeah, man, it's just crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It's okay. We gonna run it back. It's okay.
When someone pointed out that having the knockdown overturned would mean he won by split decision rather than unanimous decision, Roach Jr. responded, "The guy who scored the fight for Tank gave him that round. If the knockdown counts as 10-8 my way, that's a 3-point swing, so I would have won that card too. Go back to your cave, casual." Roach Jr. is correct. a knockdown overturn would give him a unanimous decision victory instead of a split decision. But at the end of the day, he'd likely be satisfied with either outcome. The real takeaway from the Davis vs. Roach fight wasn't that Tank was exposed or that he performed poorly. It was that Roach executed a brilliant game plan with the right skills to give Davis serious trouble in the ring.
You think about what happened in the 9th round. How frustrated are you that that wasn't counted as a knockdown?
Man.
That's not to say Tank doesn't deserve criticism for his performance. Many have pointed out that his habit of starting slow and being overly cautious with his punch output finally caught up to him, or nearly did, depending on how you view the draw on his record. His actions in the 9th round also raised eyebrows, taking a knee as if he could call a timeout, assuming it was within the rules to ask his corner to wipe grease from his eyes, and expecting special treatment from referee Tony Weeks. These moments deserve heavy criticism. However, Roach deserves more credit than Davis deserves blame. He went up against an elite counterpuncher and out-countered him, consistently responding to Davis's left hooks with sharp right hands. He didn't fall for Tank's traps or feints, instead staying patient and setting up his own.
Honestly, I thought I should have won without that being counted a knockdown. Look, I ain't the ref. I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he had to wipe...
When Roach traded punches, he did just enough to let Davis know he wasn't backing down before quickly getting out of danger. His ability to avoid prolonged exchanges was impressive, and his chin held up remarkably well. While his defense, anticipation, and counterpunching helped minimize the clean shots he absorbed, he still took a few solid hits to the jaw and kept going, something Tank's opponents usually don't get to do. Davis entered the fight as the betting favorite, and many in the boxing world dismissed it as a one-sided mismatch. However, sharper analysts recognized Roach as a skilled challenger who could make things competitive. Even so, hardly anyone predicted he'd be the one to put a blemish on Tank's perfect record.
He had the white shirt out his eye, but the rules do state if you voluntarily take a knee, then that's an automatic 8 count. But it is what it is. I wasn't relying on that. I was relying on what I was doing in there. I think I was taking control. I think I was landing more shots. I think I was landing more power shots. And I thought I was doing my thing. So I'm not really that fussed.
The outcome serves as a reminder that superstars should take the biggest fights available when they have the chance. Because sometimes, the so-called stay busy fight is the one that trips them up. That said, any damage to Davis's reputation can be quickly repaired. All he needs to do is sign for an immediate rematch with Roach and secure a convincing win. At the post-fight press conference, Davis hinted at a bigger fight coming first, though he didn't specify against whom. Some speculated it could be a showdown with Shakur Stevenson. But if that was indeed the plan, the fight has now lost some of its shine.
If that was kind of a knockdown, I would win a majority decision.
Yeah, Lamont, this is Matt from Brunch Boxing. What explanation, if any, were you given about why that particular sequence was not properly called a knockdown?
A fight like Tank versus Shakur, one that would be billed as a battle to determine the best American boxer under 30, needs both fighters coming in strong. You can't have one of them entering the ring fresh off a fight where many believe he should have lost as the favorite. That's why Davis needs the Roach rematch. Winning won't be easy, but securing a decisive victory is crucial to rebuilding momentum for future matchups against Stevenson and other top contenders. The draw on Davis's record isn't a huge blow to his marketability, but the perception that he was second best in his last fight is. To keep his star power intact, he needs a dominant performance in his next bout, one that erases any doubts.
I don't know, did y'all see me in the ring tell him to keep counting? he started counting. I was like, why you stop? Like, keep counting. But I honestly don't know. I don't know. But
from Roach! And there's a left uppercut that lands for Roach. Davis digs to the body. Oh, and that right, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach leaned with right.
He took a knee.
He took a knee.
You take a knee like that, that looks like a knockdown. All right? That's up. That's a generous call from the...
Did he not take a knee?
Take the mouthpiece, took him out. And that's right there.
Davis versus Roach 2 needs to happen, and it needs to happen next. The ideal location would be somewhere that allows Davis's Baltimore fans and Roach's DC supporters to create an electric atmosphere, preferably a venue where New York's Tony Weeks, usually a solid referee, won't be assigned. Right now, Tank Davis finds himself in unfamiliar territory. Once seen as the next big star after Floyd Mayweather, he now faces the toughest challenge of his career, battling his inner struggles and proving he can bounce back from a situation he's never experienced before. Through it all, one relationship he's maintained is with Adrien Broner. The two grew close during their time under Mayweather, and more recently, Davis played a key role in helping Broner get back on track. Shortly before his comeback fight against Blair Cobbs, Broner revealed in an Instagram post that he had been struggling with binge drinking. Out of nowhere, he got a call from Tank, who invited him to training camp. From that moment on, Broner turned things around. "I got a call from my baby bro Tank, and he told me to come do camp with him," Broner shared. "I've been on track ever since, and he's been pushing me every day. So with that being said, I just want to thank you, Tank. Let's get what we deserve out of this boxing game and laugh together on an island in the end."
Tank called me like, "Yo, I need some help with this." You know what I'm saying? The AB came to me, and the great thing that I loved about the whole situation, from all the stuff AB went through, he was respectable. You know what I'm saying? He showed up, he did, Champ, I said, "Look, you're on my protocol now," and the results that he's seen, he in a good space. You know what I'm saying? We thought it was his hand hurt, but it was his elbow.
Looking at the situation, some might argue that Adrien Broner's absence brought bad luck for Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Broner was in camp with Davis ahead of his fight against Frank Martin, which ended in a dominant 8th-round knockout victory for Tank. However, this time, Broner wasn't there, and Davis ended up with a controversial draw against Lamont Roach. Meanwhile, Broner had his own struggles. The weekend before Davis's fight, he suffered an embarrassing loss to Blair Cobbs, raising questions about his comeback. During camp, one reporter asked Tank's coach, Calvin Ford, about Broner's training, and Ford had a positive outlook. "My thoughts are that he's doing what we need him to do. I'm seeing the transition. I'm seeing glimpses of what I used to watch when he was on TV," Ford said.
I also know one thing, being too confident can get you killed. And I also know that about the game as well.
How did you know he had trouble with the law? How'd you find that out?
We ain't here for that.
We ain't here for that, bro.
Okay, but you have connections everywhere.
Hey, see, everybody thought he was gone, see?
Do you think he met Chapo? Do you think he met El Chapo?
I mean, I ain't worried about that, What up, Chapo,
No.
According to Tank's trainer, Calvin Ford, most people had written off Adrien Broner. However, Ford emphasized that Broner was never truly gone. "He's still here, so he has a mission that hasn't been completed yet," Ford said. This opportunity that Tank gave him allows him to show the world that he never left.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Does he look like Tank?
No.
Nah.
How about we get out of here?
Me too.
All right. So, message to your fans, Adrien. What do you tell people who love you and support you?
Support me, follow me, and I'll fight for y'all. Man. You already know. AB, Adrien Broner, always ball.
Do you know which stars are coming yet?
Huh?
Which celebrities are coming to the fight?
Man, it's Miami. You know.
Everybody.
Everybody coming. And the off season. If you ain't in the playoffs, everybody go to Miami. You never know who you might see.
When another reporter asked whether Davis and Broner were happy to be working together in camp, the response highlighted a shift in their dynamic. It was noted that Tank now seems to be repaying Broner for the support and guidance he once received from him. In many ways, their roles have reversed from how things used to be, with Davis now in a position to help Broner get back on track.
Do you think he met El Chapo?
I mean, I ain't worried about that, What up, Chapo?
No.
The roles have changed, the response continued. It's like Tank is now the big brother, and Broner is the little brother. But at the same time, they're equals because there's a mutual respect for what they've both accomplished, before and after. Despite flashing a smile, Broner seemed to carry a heavy heart as he reflected on his late mentor, Coach Mike Stafford, who played a major role in his career. "Coach Mike is everything to me," Broner said. "I promised myself before I hung up the gloves that I would become a world champion again, for him and for myself. That's the goal." At 34, Broner is often remembered as much for his out-of-the-ring troubles as for his achievements in boxing. His past includes legal issues, such as a 2016 arrest at a bowling alley for robbery, as well as well-documented struggles with alcohol.
Mike Stafford, kind of like a very
Maybe cry here?
No, like, but just in depth, like just point of just posting that, was that just to kind of reflect on how much he's meant to you leading into this fight?
Man. Coach Mike is everything to me. And, I promised myself before I hang the gloves up, I gotta become world champion for Coach Mike and for myself. That's the goal for sure.
Broner hasn't secured a world-class victory since 2017, when he edged out Adrien Granados by split decision. Once viewed as a future Hall of Famer, he has instead become a cautionary tale for young fighters about wasted potential and missed opportunities. Reflecting on his career, Broner spoke about how much winning a world title still means to him and how he feels the public doesn't always understand that. "Honestly, all of my world titles are special to me," Broner said. "All my life, all I ever wanted to do was become a world champion. Every time I won one, I cried tears. I'm pretty sure I'll do the same when I win the next one."
I'm just ready for the bell to ring and for my opponent to be across. Shit, that's like the red card right there.
Nah, good luck. Don't fuck me up, though.
Nah, man, I feel good, man. Training camp's been going great, and I'm ready to put on a great performance.
Broner just talked to us, obviously relocated to Vegas for camp, in camp with Tank, and obviously in camp with Coach Calvin and the team. Talk to us about the experience, getting ready alongside the brothers.
Broner's fight against Blair Cobbs is seen as a last stand of sorts. At 34, he is no longer the young title holder who once helped define the early days of premier boxing champions nearly a decade ago. Having fought only twice in the last 5 years, he now needs a strong performance to prove he still belongs among boxing's biggest names. During his media workout, Broner reflected on the brutal nature of the sport and the challenges he's faced. "Boxing can eat you up, spit you out, and move on to the next," he said. "When your career is done, they're just going to look for the next rising star. That's why I always tell everyone, do what's best for you."
Broner just talked to us, obviously relocated to Vegas for camp, in camp with Tank, and obviously in camp with Coach Calvin and the team. Talk to us about the experience, getting ready alongside the brothers for the fight.
It's just like being at home, being back with my blood brother, it feels good. Being on the side of them, training together, we both getting ready for a fight. I always feel great.
Adrien Broner has undoubtedly had a successful boxing career, boasting a record of 34 wins and 4 losses. However, his journey has been anything but smooth. At one point, he stepped away from the sport to focus on his mental health before ultimately deciding to make a comeback. Addressing his struggles, Broner wrote a heartfelt apology letter to several friends, a letter that quickly went viral. In it, he expressed the difficulty of dealing with personal battles alone, stating, "You help others with their problems, but you can't go to anyone with yours." Broner has questioned his own mental state more than anyone, but those on the outside have also speculated about his well-being. Nicknamed The Problem, he has lived up to that name in recent years, fighting only 4 times in 6 years despite being just 33. Even after his return to the ring, Broner has continued to battle alcoholism, drug addiction, and other personal demons. He has also admitted to struggles with gambling and a tendency to surround himself with too many distractions outside the ring. Right now, Gervonta "Tank" Davis is focused on making a strong comeback in a rematch against Lamont Roach. He's hoping for a decisive victory to silence the controversy that erupted after their first fight on March 1st and put an end to the doubts surrounding his status in the sport. Meanwhile, Adrien Broner's future remains uncertain. Many question whether he'll ever return to the spotlight or if his time in boxing has truly come to an end.
People might go, I was able to do something to jump up higher. It still seems like that 140 championship title is like an itch or a grab, like you want that one more than maybe others, or it just doesn't matter?
I don't know if you're really a fan. I won a world title at 140 pounds too. So, I don't mind going to 140, or staying at 147, or if the right guy become world champion at 154 with, we'll go grab one of them too. But
Broner has remained mostly silent about his career, seemingly tired of the constant cycle of retirements and comebacks. This time, he hasn't made any official statements, leaving fans wondering if he's finally stepping away for good. Meanwhile, the New York State Athletic Commission has refused to overturn the draw in favor of Lamont Roach. And while Gervonta Davis's supporters may not want to admit it, the wider boxing community believes Roach was robbed of a rightful victory. That's all for now. For the latest updates on boxing news, events, and action, stay connected by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss out on quality content. Until next time, peace out.